Alright guys, you can probably hear the supercharger whine. I'm in a 2017 Camaro ZL1. We've been kind of gone for a while on the reviews. We haven't done many lately, so we thought why not hit it hard with the fastest Camaro you can buy. We'll get the well-known facts out of the way first. 650 horsepower, 650 foot-pounds of torque. This thing's a monster, but we don't care about the numbers here. We care about how the car performs, how it drives, how it feels. So, let's get right into it. This car is pretty much the SS1LE with a supercharger. It's got the magnetic ride, it's got the LSD, it's got all the suspension features you want, and it's a Z06 with a Camaro body around it. And what I've kind of thought was interesting lately is that Chevy has kind of been creating this internal competition among their cars. But what's amazing is they're not afraid to make the Camaro a great car. In the past, they've always held the Camaro back from the Corvette, trying to make the Corvette their prestigious, they're almost supercar kind of line. And now we got everything we love about the Z06, but in a Camaro. This car is, I don't know, it really impressed me. I love the new Camaro. I think the Corvette's awesome, but the Camaro looks a little bit more mundane, but it's got same power. Downshift, very easy, just give it. When the new Camaro body style, the 6th gen, was introduced in 2016, I personally wasn't too wowed. The front end was a little kind of collapsed, didn't look as muscular to me, but eventually grew on me. I actually really have grown to like the SS. I have a bunch of friends that have them, and honestly, seeing them, I think it is better than the Mustang and the Challenger in a lot of ways. Chevy really kind of went above and beyond when changing this car. I'm 6'4". I know that most cars I get into, I'm not going to fit in. And it's something I've come to expect, but getting in the Camaro, I had pretty much no trouble at all. It's low. It's got, a small opening like most sports cars do. So this car, being the ZL1, has the Recaro sport bucket seats, and honestly, I've been in a lot of different bucket seats that don't fit and hurt my back and whatever. This car is so comfortable. After the last half hour or so of driving, I've had no issues at all. So now on to what you guys care about, the driving feel. As expected, with 650 horsepower, it's fast. The way this car puts down power is unbelievable, and unlike the Corvette, it feels like it can handle it. It's obviously a little frightening at times, but this car is meant to do what it can do. And with any car, with any power output, that's what I've come to expect, is can the car perform like it's supposed to? I see this thing driving around the road, it's aggressive, it's mean, and that's how I feel when I'm behind the wheel. But overall, I do feel comfortable, which is good. A car that can put you on the edge, but still make you feel like you're overall in control of what's going to happen, is a good car, in my opinion. A big talking point of this car is the transmission. So, this transmission was co-developed with Ford, for most of the way, and then, sometimes towards the end of the process, Ford and Chevy went their separate ways. As you can hear right now, the downshifts are very fast. Everyone is kind of a believer right now, the dual clutch is the best transmission you can buy. Every car should have a dual clutch. If you want it to be fast, dual clutch. And as we know, as you should know, the dual clutch is set up where one clutch is on the odd gears, one clutch is on the even gears. And, what makes it kind of obvious why it would be faster, because one clutch can do the work of shifting while one does the work of getting out of gear. Chevy and Ford have really proven that they can make something just as fast, but in this cheaper, less expensive package, like I said, that performs just as well. With every car, you're going to have drawbacks. This car has very little, in my opinion, especially for the price point. For the money, I'm going to expect there to be at least 5 to 10 kind of glaring flaws that, whether big or small, are going to poke out and bother me. But I can really only think of a few. The first one being the visibility. Camaros are historically known for just having poor visibility. You have a huge pillar in the back that pretty much prevents you from seeing anything out of your back window. And the back window itself is very slanted. It's small, but big enough to get by. With the 6th gen, though, they did add the blind spot monitors, which pretty much make up for the blind spots you have. And overall, I generally am a supporter of kind of having these narrow fields of vision, as they get you more engaged as a driver. They really make you feel like you're in the car that you're in. If this car had huge windows, forgetting the aerodynamic drawbacks, it wouldn't feel like the sports car. And lately, I've really been in love with cars that, like I said, make you feel like you're supposed to when you're driving the kind of car you're driving. The other major one with a big supercharged V8 is going to be fuel economy. It's not great, but we don't need to talk about it, because if you buy this car, I can't imagine any owner ever thinking about fuel economy in this car, because it's pointless. When a car makes that noise and goes that fast, it is pretty much irrelevant. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really just wanted to stress, just how great of a car the ZL1 is. Chevy has come such a long way with the Camaro, and they're finally kind of doing what I think companies like Porsche have done, for so many years, where they take a car that's already good and just refine it. They listen to what the customers say, and they just make it better. And, not every car, not every generation has to be some incredible, radical change. The Camaro generally has the same kind of shape. Chevy just made it look, a hell of a lot better without changing the aesthetic of what a Camaro is. It's still muscular, and it's still fast. And that is pretty much all I can ask for with an American car. So, like I said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.